What is going on, guys? Today we are looking at JJ Okocha, the other SBC in the Icon SBCs that we've got today. Obviously, we had Closer and Okocha, plus then a one-time base Icon upgrade. In terms of JJ, his value is a little bit more than what I was expecting. To be honest, not a bad card, I will say that. He's a 5-star, 4-star, which is always nice. Decent pace, shooting could definitely do with some work, but he's got a lot of dribbling. He is a bronze and silver SBC. He's got an 82, an 83, 84, 85, 86, and 87. So a little bit more expensive than what I was kind of hoping for. 466 on the PlayStation, 492 on the Xbox, and 505 on the PC. Compared to his value in terms of cost, it's 314, 306, and 424 across the board from PlayStation to PC. So I think the value is a little bit up. Obviously, the market is a little bit up in itself because we have just had an Icon SBC that hopefully will kind of drop down as we go through Black Friday, and you have got 29 days to complete him. The only big question, like I said on Closers, is are we going to get any more? That's going to be the big factor. We potentially have icon swaps coming very, very soon, maybe during the next season, but it's going to be an interesting one to see whether we get anything more than this, because I don't particularly want to be putting all of these cards into this SBC and then obviously not really wanting him. So I would be picky. I would go ahead and do his loan card first. It is just 11 golds, 1 Nigerian, and it can be just common. So go use his loan first. Make sure that you are sure that you want the card, and then look at completing him if you haven't done the Icon SBC already, because I think fodder would be very, very hard to get if you haven't. So let's have a look at JJ in terms of his stats then. Like I say, he's a 5-star, 4-star, medium low, right-footed, standing at 5'8", with just flair on his traits. And then in terms of stats, we've got 91 acceleration, 85 sprint speed, which is relatively nice. 75 finishing, not the greatest, but again, he is a right mid more than a right wing. He's got good attacking positioning and shot power in terms of average. Passing wise, not the greatest again. So I think what Footbin is suggesting, Hunter, Shadow, Deadeye, or Engine. So let's have a look at that. So Hunter would give you 97 pace, 87 shooting, turn him into an 88 right wing. To be honest, not bad at all. Good finishing on him. A finisher, what would that give you? 90 finishing, turn him into an 88 right wing, obviously, but turn him into a more attacking cam, I would have said, than that. And I think Deadeye would be, obviously his passing, would get his short pass to 94, which would be nice. Turn him into a 90 right forward or cam. You'd get obviously a nice little shooting boost. I'd probably say Deadeye looks like the one, to be honest. He's already got the acceleration. Obviously, then he'd have 89 shooting. 86 passing would be quite nice, just to kind of boost that up from 79 short pass to 94. But then also he has the dribbling, good composure, agility, balance is solid. And then, to be honest, ball control and dribbling are solid. 75 stamina should be okay. Strength and aggression was expecting to be a little bit lower. So that is kind of, it's normal, really, especially for a right mid. I think Deadeye personally would be the nicer chem style. We will try him out and let's show you what he looks like with it. So JJ with a Deadeye on, as you can see, good finishing boost up to 85. We've got some good shot power, attacking position, vision goes up by 10, 15 on his short pass and 5 on his curve. I think that personally is the better call. I feel like the acceleration will kind of help him through. Obviously, he's not necessarily going to be as quick as with a Hunter, but I think it's not going to be masses of difference. So let's jump into JJ and see what we can do. And I want you to know, or want you to let me know down below, what would you put on him? Looking for JJ down the wing. He's not going to make any sort of movement, which is fantastic. But here we go. Little sprint. Love it. Still got his pace. Looking for that ball at the back post. Gets it into Verratti and he goes for that outside of the foot, but unfortunately there is a defender there to block it. Solid run to start with. We can see the pace coming in from him. I thought that was a throw-in actually. So that, to be honest, is nice, and I think that's definitely made the right decision in going for that Deadeye rather than going for more pace. I feel like he definitely could do with just a passing increase for a 79 short pass in a game that passing is very, very important. We see him again going down the wing. What can we find? We're going to go across goal, and it's a sensational hit from the Nigerian. Back into Okocha. What we're looking for? No, he's going to get dispossessed very easily. Like I say, in terms of strength and aggression, he's really not going to have much, but he does have that 5-star skills, which is very, very nice if you are somebody that utilizes the skills a lot. We are getting very, very lucky, just kind of putting a few together here, looking for that ball across. He's found Mane, who's going to go for that overhead kick, but unfortunately, I think he's a little bit ambitious. Okocha. The one thing I do love is that 5-star, 4-star. You've got to love anybody that has that sort of kind of combination. Literally, the only people better are the 5-5s, which you don't really get too much of. Closer with his first goal. He goes for the chip, does miss out on it, but then he does manage to rattle it up with a second and manages to get himself his first goal for the club. It is a shame with Okocha's SBC, as I think he naturally is quite a nice player. I do think, oh, that was myself personally, but I do think in general he isn't actually that bad of a player, and I think he does get a lot of stick, obviously being a lower rated icon. That is kind of what has been seen here. But in terms of kind of what he can actually produce on the pitch, he most definitely isn't awful. I just think the SBC is just a little bit too expensive. Find him through here. Can we just run past? No. Going to be tackled just before he manages to pull that trigger. But like I say, I think maybe if you took away maybe the 85 and 84, or at least an 86, I think then yes, you are getting very much like Closer's value, but I do think you are getting more for your value there. At the minute, he is obviously 150k over his tradable value, which we naturally do see because obviously the market goes up and down, but then also the tradable value goes up and down naturally. So it is kind of one of them ones where I think if the market was insanely low before Icon SBC came out, would he actually have been cheap enough then? Is that the whole point, that when the market is absolutely on the floor, would we then have a very good valued Okocha, or is it just naturally not a great kind of purchase as such SBC? The one thing I didn't really think about as well is obviously with Okocha, people could have definitely got him in their icon upgrade, which would have been, I don't know, I suppose it would have saved you doing it, but I mean, not again necessarily the one you want out of all 100, but I suppose yes, it does save you in terms of the SBC now. Oh, look at that. He wins the penalty. I thought he was going to get it onto his left, but does manage to drag himself down. We are going to have to give it to him, I believe. He's got 85. Close as 85 as well. We're going to go left, and then we're going to switch it to the right-hand side, and it's a perfectly placed penalty. Finding an Okocha again. He's going to go for the pace, and Denayer is going to deny. He is going to get it back, though. He's going to try and scoop it in, and Denayer's just managed to recover once more. Very, very nice defending from him. Poor attacking options from myself, I think. I kind of was read like a book, really. Again, we're looking for him. He's absolutely been on top of his form here. He's going to try and I was trying for a rainbow flick, to be honest with you, but he decided he wanted to just go for a sprint instead. Closer. Oh, it's a stunning ball. Okocha is going to take the advantage of that. He's not going to bring his keeper out again until the last second. And to be honest, it works pretty well for him. I know 9 times out of 10 we may score, but them big chances, that's where I've really got to be putting them away. Okocha's got the absolute beating. He thought we were going to go to Closer. It's not going to happen. We're looking for that ball across. Finds it, and it's a great goal from Mane. Lovely assist, taking us to 5-1. Game pretty much set and match. Oh, again, managed to find him through. I'm not surprised if he goes for the tackle, gets the Closer, gets the hat-trick, and you love to see it. Okocha looking for that run. He does. I've noticed that he doesn't necessarily kind of start running until you've maybe done the pass yourself, gone for the LBA, and then obviously he goes with a 1-2. But in terms of kind of natural runs, he's a little bit lacking in terms of forward runs. Maybe something I've got probably incorrect on my player tactics, really. Okocha looking for the 1-2. Go with a ball over the top. See if we can get that first time crossing. Does attempt it, but unfortunately, I feel like I was asking a little bit too much. Closer going to find a bit of Okocha in. He's going to get the first touch. Little inside flick. You love to see it. Heel to heel. And honestly, he is beautiful. If you know skills, you know JJ is an absolute baller. He's going to try and go down a middle. Oh, just to the side, and we managed to get another goal for him. So in terms of JJ then, so we've got obviously the comparison between his 85, his 87, and his 90. So in terms of his base and obviously his mid, I actually would probably prefer his base at this point. I think that's a natural that a lot of people think the same. It's not necessarily even just because of the price. Obviously, they are both the same position. Then we get the Prime, which is a cam, which I do think is a better card. Even with the pace decreased by 1, I think the passing, shooting, and dribbling increase is going to be massive. Plus, the increase of the position change from a right mid to a cam is very, very nice. Obviously, all of them, I believe, have the 5-star, 4-star, which is always fantastic. And overall, he is just a fantastic card. So for me, it would go Prime, base, then mid. And sometimes that happens. Sometimes we have that the base is better than the Prime. It is just that weird that some points of their career work better in FIFA, and it's just natural that that happens. Obviously for me, I think Prime, base, mid are the better kind of combination. And then obviously as we go into his prime moments, which unfortunately we have to check FIFA 21 for, we did get a cam version, obviously better than his prime, which is natural. So obviously I do think that one is the better one. So it'd go moments, prime, base, mid in terms of JJ anyway. In terms of this SBC, I just think it's a little bit expensive. And I think if we look at the market quickly, I think it is obviously up in terms of the index 100, 8%, to be honest. Yeah, you can see the rise. So we've got November here. So if we go back a little bit, we can see the lowest coming in at about 63, which to be honest is still high. Don't think it isn't. We have been climbing, but it has been a low of 53. When was this? October, so not that long ago. And I do remember it when you could get 8k for each 86s, you could get 87s for 10. Now the market is absolutely spiked. Obviously 1st of November we got a big spike in terms of, I don't think it was necessarily golds, but it was something, and I cannot remember. And then obviously we went down a little bit, and then we're going back up mainly in that fodder. So you would see that especially the index gold should be it should be pretty much as high as it's going to be again. Obviously, as you can see here, we've had a pretty high rise. There's been highs, there's been lows. It's been absolutely crazy. But in terms of JJ SBC wise, I do think it is just a little bit expensive. Obviously, like I said to begin with, if the market absolutely crashes during Black Friday, would then it become a lot cheaper? It would be something to definitely keep my eye on, because we know that the double packs are going to absolutely flood the market, and EA have got the mad thing where they increase the weight of stuff or increase the price of players, then they just go down again. It's just the constant cycle, and then you need something to put them in. The market goes high, and then it goes low again. It's just naturally the cycle. It's only the cycle, really. That's all you can do. There's no point keeping a market really low, and there's no point keeping a market really high. So to make coins, that is where the market, you've got to follow the trends, and that's where you know when to sell, know when to buy. But in terms of this SBC, I think if you knocked off at least the 86, I think, yes, you've got very much like the closer SBC, but I think he doesn't need at least the 85 or the 86. I think you can get rid of one of them and you'd be absolutely happy. It does knock the total value off to be kind of relevant with the card, but I just think at the moment it's just too expensive. I would definitely not be doing this SBC yet. Maybe Black Friday when he does go down in price, but it would all depend on what comes from this point now to Black Friday. If we've got loads and loads of cards and just never been able to save up fodder, then unfortunately I feel like icons are kind of them ones where you've got to really think about if you need them, because all of them are going to be over X amount of coins, normally over 200k. You may get one for 150, but he's again maybe not worth completing if he's that cheap. But in terms of most of the icons, they're expensive. If you look at both of these, Closer and obviously Okocha, you're looking at about 650 to 700k worth of players just in 2 SBCs. That is absolutely crazy, and especially seen as though they're not necessarily seen as the most meta or most expensive icons in the game either. Overall wise, I do think the Deadeye was the better choice for me personally. Getting that big pace increase as well as shooting is absolutely class, and I think he definitely needs it. I think with these 79 to start with, you wanted to see that be higher, especially if he is a right mid. So the Deadeye for me was the choice. Obviously you can kind of check Futbin for different solutions to it. Obviously, some people are kind of raving about the Hunter. We've got 26 votes saying they need the Hunter, and I don't know if that's necessarily just a pace thing, but you get +8 on the acceleration, knowing that you've wasted 2 points, and then obviously 10 on the sprint speed, taking it to 95, and then obviously the overall to 97. But I think for me, Deadeye's got to be the one. I think he is a solid player. He's definitely looking at it around about an 8.3 to an 8.5 of me. SBC wise, it's got to be in the mud. I'd say it's probably about a 2.5 out of 10, because it's not totally useless, but I just think they have got that one wrong, in my opinion. So hopefully you did enjoy the video. Let me know down below what you think about Okocha, and if you are going to be completed. That will be the pinned comment. So go down, check, like and subscribe, and I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.